Hi, I'm Alexia, and I'm with my mom, Palmeri, and we were just talking a little earlier about how important it is to treat others the way that you want to be treated. You know that saying that we've heard since we were a little kid, like, oh, treat others the way you want to be treated. Well, my mom thinks this is important, and I believe this is true too. Mom, why do you think that it's so important to always treat others with respect and the way that you would want to be treated?
There's a kind of magic about, you know, giving people the respect that you would want. And, I feel like today, especially, I'm noticing there's a lack of customer service, in some of the places that I visit. I don't know if you've experienced it yourself, and
Yeah,
I'm
for
sure
sure.
working at Winners, you can actually kind of identify some flaws in the way people are treating people. But I think it's just such an important thing. I think customer service goes a long way, and it's not just customer service at your favorite store. It actually means customer service even within your own family, how you treat each other. And I feel like if you treat people in a positive way, and you treat them with the respect that they're deserving, that it does come around. I think the universe, there's this karma type of environment where what you give off will come back to you. And
So then you do believe in karma then? Like you believe that what you give is what you get type of thing, and
absolutely,
even if you give out bad, it's somehow going to come back to you in a different way.
well, there's that law of attraction, I'm sure you and others have heard about. And I truly believe that you kind of attract what you give out. And so if you're being really negative, more than likely you're going to get that negativity back, because people are going to sense that. It's not just in the words, it's actually in the energy that's kind of invisible that people sense. So you've got to keep in mind that there is a power in how you treat people verbally and non-verbally. They're hand in hand. So I just think that, like I said, with customer service at play, not really where it should be today, that if we keep in mind that anything you do, from a job to how you talk to your parents to how to talk to your kids, there is a magic. If you start to implement a more positive vibe in the way you talk and act, you'll see a change. You'll see people reacting to you in the same way. So there's just a magic in that. I feel like it's such an important thing we've kind of lost, and we need to start again and really, implement that in our lives again.
You know what I think too? Even when it comes to wanting to be powerful or gaining success, the law of attraction plays a huge part, doesn't it? Because the more that you say to yourself, I can do this, I'm going to be successful, sorry, I'm going to be powerful, the more that you're putting that out in the world, right? Do you believe that if you think positive, you say positive things, and you don't, and you live like that every day, that things are going to start to come to you?
Absolutely, absolutely. That again is another kind of magic that, there's a saying where they say if you dream something, so you have the vision in your mind and you know exactly what it is that you want to go for, that's not even enough, because on top of that you have to start feeling it as if you already know that it's going to happen in your heart. So you've got the dream in your mind, you feel it in your heart. Those two things hand in hand will create the success that you're looking for, and that means you'll achieve your goals. So if you keep that in mind and you try your best to avoid the negativity that surrounds us and do your best to just be a positive light out there, people will see that and they'll want to help you. They'll see that you've got this, this special thing about you, and there's this passion, and most people will pick up on that. And
Yeah.
I think nature is that people like to help people. So it's just remaining in that mindset and have that dream in your mind and in your heart. And I think that you can succeed in anything.
And you know what, relating it back to people, I think that personally, I think it's so important to treat people with respect and kindness, because you don't know how much that can impact someone's day. And I work, actually, I work at Winners, and I'm an associate there, so I work on cash. And I realize that it does make a big difference when you say to someone, like, okay, have a good day, or happy holidays, Merry Christmas. And you can see that that little extra effort means the world to some people, because maybe they are going through a hard time, or they want that acknowledgement of or reassurance to
Mm-hmm.
have a good day. And I think that the world would be such a better place if more people were like that. And it's true. Like,
I just, not to interrupt, but I think you've got a good point there in that I think a lot of the times we as a society take things so personally. So you think that someone's just talked to you in a bit of a, they've got a bit of an attitude and they're taking it out on you. It's about you. But in actuality, most of the time people have things that are going on inside of them. They might have just had a fight with their loved one, or they might have a sick mother, or there's so much going on, and unfortunately we're not in those people's heads.
Yeah.
So you can't jump to the conclusion that they're acting that way towards you, and we judge so quickly. So if we recognize that someone's not having a good day, they're not having a good moment, if we keep in mind that it's not about us, and that we can maybe even change their day by giving them the smile, by complimenting them and saying, you know what, you're wearing like just an amazing outfit, and how those little small things can just make a difference in someone's life.
Because like, I know for a fact that when people are being mean to me or rude to me, it's so hard for me sometimes to not get mad back or not give attitude back. But I think I'm trying to be more, like you said, if someone, it's not about you, it's about them. And if you give them the respect back, then all you're doing is you're not giving them the satisfaction of them putting you down or making you feel bad. And instead, they're probably going to realize that, wow, this person is still being respectful to me through this. And they're probably going to realize what they're doing more that way.
That's right.
They probably won't realize it that much if you're acting just as bad back, because they think that you're the same way.
It's so easy to react negatively to someone. I think everyone kind of jumps to the, I'm going to get them back for that. When in actuality, you could be making such an amazing difference in that person's life, and make it a challenge that, you know what, I'm going to change that frown into a smile.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do, because, that just might make a difference. And we should start looking at things more like that, rather than wanting to jump down someone's throat because, they said something wrong or they did something wrong. If we all started to talk that way, or kept our mindset that way, where we want to just, help people and make everybody's day better, imagine what kind of world we would be living in today.
I know. I want to get some of your best advice, I guess, on how you could live this out every day. So how you can start, the law of attraction and being kind to other people and treating others the way you want to be treated. Because even I go through bad days sometimes where I don't want to, I guess, always be that way.
Yeah.
Some days you have that attitude, but how can you get past that? What are some ways?
There's so many important things, and you know what? It really just starts with as soon as you get up in the morning. Like, before you start anything, the first thing you should have in your mind is that you're going to make this day count. It's going to be the best day ever. Start with positive affirmations yourself about you're going to make this day amazing. And you also have to give yourself props too, because a lot of the times, we might not be, we've got a big project that's due and we're already starting to say, oh God, I'm not going to want to do the project. But if we turn our thoughts around and we think more positively, that, for example, this project, the outcome's going to be amazing. You've already set in motion a more positive outcome. So
it all starts from, like, right when you wake up, I guess. Yeah.
Start right when you wake up, and really start thinking positive from the time you get up through the day. Just make it a habit. And the more that you're positive, the more you're going to see that you're going to be positive through every action that happens through the day. And then what I also like to do is, sometimes you need that little bit of a boost. Like you said, you might just be having, just a little bit of an off day. Well, the best thing for me to do is get on Google, and I will, just look up a motivational video. And that 2-minute video will be all that it takes for me to just get back on my positive thinking track.
Yeah.
So
I guess it's just certain people have things that they do to cope with bad days. Do you think it's just doing that thing, not negative things, like, but listening to your favorite song, or maybe going for a quick jog and clearing your head, taking that time for yourself? It's probably important, right?
Absolutely. So if there's one recommendation that I could give is make time for yourself. You know, sometimes we need to clear our mind, we need to clear our heart. So do things that bring that peace to you. And it might be just like you said, it could be just listening to some songs that have the right message, or reading a book that's inspiring, or watching a video that is motivational. There's so much available to us today, especially with technology. There really isn't an excuse where, you know, you don't have to go far. It's just at your fingertips. So, you know, really keep in mind that if you want to be positive and you want great outcomes, then be surrounding yourself with that every day.
All right, so that's all that we have to talk about today. But we hope, whoever's watching, that you learned something in how to treat other people and live by the law of attraction every day. So by putting out good karma into the world, you're going to get it back. By putting out bad karma into the world, you will get it back. So just make sure that every day you're using these tips that my mom shared with you to help cope through those bad days, or even deal with people who might not have the best attitude towards you. That's all.
Thank you.